Hello and welcome to the University of Arizona's FAQ series, Financial Aid Questions. We're excited that you've tuned in to learn more about the financial aid process. My name is Stephanie Basij and I'm the Director for Undergraduate Recruitment and an Assistant Dean in the Office of Admissions. And I'm joined today by our Director of Scholarships and Financial Aid, Rebecca Salcedo. Hello Rebecca, thanks for joining.
Hi Stephanie, my pleasure.
So there's a lot of steps in the admission process and the process to commit and receive financial aid and scholarships. And one of the questions I know that both of our offices receive from students and families is, am I missing something? So can you share a little bit about the best way and the ways that the university communicates to students if they have outstanding items?
Absolutely. So the primary form of communication between the Office of Scholarships Financial Aid as well as other departments to students is their CAT mail email. It's really important that admitted students go in and check that account regularly to see if there's been any notices from our office or other offices that the student might need to take action. It's important to see the email quickly and hopefully act quickly so that we can continue processing a student's financial aid.
So what types of things would the office reach out and ask a student to do?
There's a couple of different things. As we've talked about in other videos, students have to be both admitted to the University of Arizona and have filled out their FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, in order to receive an award notification. And that process should take about a month from the dates of those two things happening. So if it's been more than a month since you've been admitted and filled out a FAFSA, that would be a reason to potentially contact our office and ask what's going on with your award letter. Also, about 1 in 3 students are selected for a process called verification, and that's a process in which the Department of Education has flagged the student's file that the financial aid office needs to collect additional information in order to verify the accuracy of the FAFSA data. And so it's important that students check their email to see if there's any additional documentation that they need to provide, and that email would give them the directions of how to follow those steps. And so again, it's another reason that we would contact students is if there's been any other updates to their award letter. So for example, we initially award students with the current year's tuition rates, but when the Arizona Board of Regents finalizes the tuition rates for the next academic year, we would go ahead and email the students that there's been a revision to their award sometime in May. And so it's important that students check it early and often.
So there's other things that students need to be checking, and another place outside of CAT mail is our Next Step Center. So the Next Step Center is a digital portal for students to do items that are necessary to prepare for the start of the semester. When a student gets their award letter, they receive their student ID and their PIN number. They'll make that net ID and password, which they use for their CAT mail and for the Next Step Center. So the Next Step Center is where students will actually commit to attending the University of Arizona by signing up for a new student orientation. They can also attend and see information about our Admitted Student Day to celebrate their decision to become a University of Arizona Wildcat. But this is also where we'll update information and encourage students to continue to fill out different forms and prepare for their orientation and then prepare for the beginning of class. One of the important things that's listed in the Next Step Center is a last requirement for a high school transcript. So all incoming freshmen are required to submit an official final transcript with their 8th semester grades that also includes their high school graduation date, which is very important for the Office of Scholarships and Financial Aid and for the Office of Admissions. The other thing that it's important for students to know is that we're also, up until May 1, accepting updated test scores from ACT or SAT. While we don't super score, we'll take the student's best sitting and we'll re-review them automatically for scholarships, which could end up in a new award letter being sent to the student, which would come through their CAT mail account as well. So lots of things for the students to check in their Next Step Center and to check often, and for parents to encourage their students to check as well. A lot of the resources we've talked about in these series are also public for anyone to see, whether you're admitted or a prospective student. And the best place for financial aid information is, of course, the financial aid website, as you've shared. That has contact information, FAQs, along with our FAQ series here. And of course, if you haven't applied to the institution, the admissions website is a great place to go. Learn more information about the ways to visit and the application process itself. Thank you, Rebecca, for joining us for this video and for this series.
My pleasure.
Thank you for tuning into our series. We hope that this experience has allowed you to learn more about the process of the financial questions and things that you'll need to do to be successful at the University of Arizona. Bear down, and thank you for viewing.